Hello there, Media Arts and Intro to Video students, and welcome back to another video. Hopefully your power's back on and your internet access has been restored and we can get to work. Now, I'm sorry, but I feel somewhat responsible for this. I never should have celebrated the weather last week with the secret word, because that dreamy snow day turned into more of a nightmare of ice. And hopefully everyone's safe. I know my power was out for a few days. Hopefully yours back on. So this week we are not going to start a new assignment, but we're still going to have this video. I'm still going to put in a secret word for you. And you'll have this quiz as well as last week's quiz and the Google drawing that you got started working on. Now, that's not going to be due until Sunday of this week, so by the end of the week, make sure you've seen the first two videos and done your Google drawing. I'm also going to show you a little bit about WeVideo, the video editing software that we're going to be using in this class. So experiment with it, make sure your account's up and running, make sure you're able to use WeVideo, make sure you have everything you need. If you don't, let me know right away so that I can make sure you get what you need for that. Now, many of you, I know, have already been working on your Google drawing and it looks like you're going just fine. But if questions ever come up, you've got a number of options for how you can get those answers to those questions. So the first thing you can do is you can always just call customer service. So let's get them on the line here. Hello, Media Arts Incorporated. How may I direct your call? Whoa, you actually answered.
Well, what did you expect? We're here to help with any of your media arts and intro to video production needs.
Okay, well, I have a question for you. What kind of image is transparent that I can use in my Google drawings, so that when I layer it, it looks great in my drawing?
Please hold for just 1 minute while I find that out for you.
Wait a minute. You don't know the answer to that? I thought you knew everything.
We don't know everything, but we know how to find everything. We use Google to search for the answer.
So, if you're just using a search engine to find the answer, why do I need to call you?
Because we here at Media Arts Inc. love to help. But you're welcome to search for the answers on your own. If you're still stuck, just let us know.
Okay, so you mean I can call anytime?
I'm just a figment of your imagination. But if any of your students actually get stuck, have them send you an email, and I know you'll respond as soon as you can. They can also go to office hours every day between 1:30 and 2:20, but I still recommend Googling to find the answer. You never know what you'll find.
All right, well, thanks for the advice. I'll be sure to let my students know.
You're welcome. Thanks again for calling Media Arts Incorporated. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. All right, so now that you know about office hours and you know about how to Google to find your answer, let's get right into learning a little bit about WeVideo. So I'm gonna head into the studio to show you. All right, here we are in the actual studio where Heron TV is produced. Right behind me is the news desk that you maybe have seen before. And I wanna get talking about WeVideo. Now, you all have access to a video editing software called WeVideo that you're going to go ahead and access through your class link. So go ahead and sign in with your username and your district password and see if WeVideo is an app that's set up for you. I had accounts created for everyone that was enrolled in this class at the time when we set up these accounts initially. So go ahead and make sure you have access to a WeVideo account. If you don't have access to a WeVideo account, let me know right away so that I can contact our tech department and make sure you get the tools you need in order to make next week's video. Now, last semester I had a number of students using different video editing software. Some people used iMovie on their Mac computer or on their iPhone. Some people were just finding different programs online such as Clipchamp or InShot. We want to just use WeVideo for our very first project. I want everyone to learn how to use this program because it's really easy to link your files to Google Drive and hand in for Classroom. And I just want to make sure everyone's on board with that. I don't want anyone videotaping their phone and showing me the video that they recorded. That doesn't really work. So we're going to make sure we're all using WeVideo for this very first project. Now, later in the semester, if you find another software that works for you, it's not going to give you a watermark and you're easily able to get all those files into Google Drive, that's totally fine with me. But let's jump into WeVideo so we can see a little bit about how that works. All right, so this is what WeVideo looks like when you open it up. Very importantly, one thing you want to do is make sure you click on these 3 lines in the top corner and make sure you are not in storyboard mode. Storyboard mode is a very simple mode. It does not work very well for the complicated things that we're going to want to do. So as a matter of habit and good practice, click on these 3 lines, make sure it says switch to timeline, because all of my tutorials are going to be based off of the timeline model right here. So, all right, let's talk about how you're going to access that. So what you're going to need to do is go to the class link page. So if you go to the school website and you click on the students tab, at the bottom of the page, you've got class link. Now, your name and password should be on here. Maybe you have to enter those. Just use your last name and first initial or 2 that you have in your regular school account with your school password. Go ahead and click sign in, and then you will see a list of all of the apps that you have access to. So I've got all these different things, but WeVideo is what we're looking for. If you don't have access to WeVideo, let me know right away so that I can make sure you get access. You're going to click on that, and it's going to take you to this page in WeVideo where you're going to be able to make your video. Okay, so I already had one going, so let me show you this. All right, so I'm going to show you the basics of how this program works, right? You have on the top, you have your event of all your media. These are all the different things I've recorded with WeVideo before, and I'm able to use them and just add them to my video by adding them to these different lines of my project. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is start off just by doing some titles. So if you come up here to text, you can click on that, and there are all these different styles of text, right? Here's I want candy. Let's look at what that one looks like. Ooh, fancy. So if you want candy as your title, you're going to take that and you're going to drag it down to either the video 1 or the video 2 line. And when you do, and then you press play or the space bar, you'll play it and it'll just say, I want candy, just like you saw it in the preview mode. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to double click on that, and then you can change that to, this is my title. You can make it whatever you want it to be. Then I hit save changes, and now when I play it, my title looks a little bit different, okay? So you can add a title. You can also trim things by making them shorter by just going to the end and changing it. See how it shows the duration that you'd want that to be? That's going on a video line. Now, if you just put it on a line by itself, you'll just have your title play just how it looked in the preview. But you can also put it on top of a background. So for example, if I wanted it over top of blue smoke, I'm going to have to move this. So I'm going to put blue smoke here on this line. I'm going to put my original title on video 2 line, and I'm going to move blue smoke over. And now look how I have a title over top of that preset background. So that's one way that you can play around with making backgrounds and titles, things of that nature. Some other things that you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing some recording directly with this. Now, if you're using a Chromebook or whatever you're using, you're able to record directly in this by going to My Media and then clicking record. I'm already recording right now, so I don't know that it'll allow me to show you that. Would it? Yes, it does. So I'm going to click record, and it says recording in progress, so I would have to stop that. But you can select your screen. You can select your screen and your webcam, just like I have going on right now. And then when you're done recording, you're going to press this button that says stop. So once you have that recorded, you're then able to, your clips go directly onto your timeline. You can see that I've got in my video 1 line where I had my background, I have the screen recording. In my video 2 line where I had my title overlay is where I was talking just a moment ago. Now you can edit both of those things, and let me show you quickly how you can do that. By double clicking on anything, you come up to all, we call this our inspector, and in the inspector, I could change the scale of it if I want it to be much larger or smaller. I can just move the position. So if I wanted to make it look like it's playing in that one, I could.
If I wanted to crop it, I could do that. To adjust the audio, I would click on that. If I wanted to make some animations where it's moving around, I'd click here. If I want to adjust the colors, if I wanted to use some green screen functions, we'll get into that a little bit later. And then if I needed to change the speed up, I could use those. So that is how you work with your inspector. And then, yeah, pretty simple. So now that's what my video looks like so far. If I wanted to even have a title on top of something, what I can do is I can add an additional line of video by adding a track. Now there's going to be a video 3 line, and I could actually put my title directly on to video 3. It should let me work. Let's see why it's not letting me. Oh, now let me drag it here. So now you could actually see my title can come over top of my video. So it's really just a layer-based timeline video editor, very similar to what we're going to be using at school whenever we're using Final Cut Pro. So this is a really great program to use. It's free for all students. You have access to it for the rest of the school year, possibly even through November. And I think you'll really like some of the features of this program. You can also add music by clicking on the audio tab and then picking a song and dragging it to the audio 1 line. And then now you've got a song playing as you've got your video. So with some sounds, you see, I now have created a video, has all sorts of things going on with it. So when you're done with your video, all you have to do is hit finish, and it's still importing some of my clips. So let me actually cut over to my video on how to export a WeVideo project. But before I do, while this is finishing up, let's cut to the secret word.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying this week's video. It's time for our secret word. So I've got the Random House Dictionary of English Language, the 2nd edition. It's unabridged, it's huge. Let's go to a random word, and it is cabbage, right? Cabbage. Any of several cultivated varieties of a plant. The Brassica oleracea capitalia. That's right, cabbage. Hopefully you're eating your vegetables, kids, because this week's secret word is cabbage. Cabbage. All right, what else do we know about cabbage? The head of leaves of this into a contact. All right, enjoy the rest of the video, kids.
All right, so now that you know the secret word, we could just get into what you to do to finish this. Hi everybody, here's just a quick video to teach you how to export your video from WeVideo when you're finished with a project. And we're going to put it in Google Drive. So here's my video. I just put a title of how to export WeVideo projects. When you are finished with your video, you've made all the changes that you want to make to it, all the edits, you're going to come up here and you're going to press this finish button. And when you do, you're going to set a title for your export. So I'm going to call this how to export. All right, actually, I'll put from WeVideo, just so I remember. And there we go. So now it has my title set for me. I have a resolution option. I'm going to go with the highest possible quality. That's HD 1280 by 720. I'm going to click the Google Drive option, and I'm also going to mark my export public. Please do all of those things to make sure that I'm able to see your work when you're finished. Then what you're going to do is you're going to hit export, and now it is queued, and it's going to take a little while. Since this is an incredibly short video, it says it's only going to take 6 seconds. And then it's going to send me an email when my video is ready. So what I'm going to do is, and now it's going to wait 1:40. So I will fast forward the video. Right away you can see that how to export from WeVideo has shown up as the video for me. Now it's not finished yet. Oh, actually it looks like it already is finished. So I'm good to go. So you're going to go to the assignment in Classroom. I'll demonstrate in a class that I am a member of, since as a teacher it looks a little bit different. So I would go to an assignment, and under that assignment I'm going to hit add or create. So let me get rid of the helicopter. I'm going to add or create from Google Drive, and by having recent selected, the first thing I should have is my video project. So you select it, you hit insert, and then you are going to press turn in. Please don't just share the link to me
some of the times that I'm seeing those links, the videos are marked as private and then I'm not able to access it. Plus, you won't always have access to your WeVideo software since it is a subscription that the district's paying for while you're a student in this class. By putting your videos in your Google Drive, you will be able to keep your videos for as long as you're a student in North Clackamas. So that's how you export in WeVideo. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Now, you don't actually have to export this video this week because this is just a practice, just getting used to it. All right, so there you have it. Don't forget, please email me if you have any issues accessing WeVideo. I want to make sure everyone can use that. Make sure you fill out the quiz for this week's secret word. Stop by office hours if you have any questions at all. I know I kind of joked about you should Google your own answers, but start with that. But if you have any questions, come and let me know. Plus, I just like visitors. So I'm hanging out here most days from 1:30 to 2:20, so stop by office hours, come say hi. Don't forget to turn in that Google drawing because we're going to be using it next week in our video assignment that I'll be explaining when I see you next week. Okay, so that's it, students. Never stop creating, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hi, Media Arts Incorporated. How may I direct your call?